Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen Barbie. Let's discuss it. This is Cincinnati Man's review, spoiler review of Barbie. Some people asked me, they were like, people were shocked that I went to go see this. Especially Amber. Amber, my bestie, sometimes co-host. She was like, "You saw it? What made you? I would never think you would go see such a thing." And what happened was, so many people kept talking about it. Their marketing was great because they even had people pressuring other people to go see it. If you like movies, see this movie. It doesn't make any sense. That's like telling somebody that the movie industry works like this. Everybody, like I'm telling anybody something. They're gonna promote it, but you better like it. And this is a perfect example. Oppenheimer's coming out. I'm seeing that and Barbie. Or Mission Impossible. We'll see Barbie too. Why? Oh, because it's a movie. But shouldn't you like to be interested in what you want to go see? Even though at times in life, things can surprise you. Movies can surprise you. I generally try to keep an open mind with a lot of things that I watch and stuff. I mean, I went to my local theater right down the street from where I live. It was a 5-minute drive. I left that theater after I saw that movie. I got drunk. But that ain't the point of this. Woo! And I was in there talking to a woman, in mid-20s, and we had a polite discussion of agreeing on some things and disagreeing, but it was real polite. And she said, "Wow, thank you. I appreciate you being able to have a regular conversation about this." And it was cool. And it's sad because people think what they always say, when you stop being able to have conversations with people, that's when you know everything is at its worst. And did I like the movie? That movie is they're right. The movie's not for me. The movie is for middle-aged women. Middle-aged single career women mainly. Even though they did have a woman, and even though the mom was in there with her daughter, but she was a train wreck that was talking about how stressful everything is. And I was like, so you play with Barbies, why don't you tell your husband? The whole point of having a husband is to support you and be there when you need anything. Do you have any friends? It was very interesting. I'll tell you what I like. I'll start there. I thought it was beautiful to look at. It was shot beautifully. I think Xingmin Lu. Sorry, I'm not good at pronunciations outside of America. I suck. The dude that plays Shang-Chi, Sumi Lu. He would definitely play an excellent villain. I wasn't a big fan of Shang-Chi per se, but it was more the writing than him. But you want to cast him as a villain? Go for it. That brother, I was looking at him like, the arrogance that you're displaying in here, get that man some more villain roles. Ryan Gosling was awesome. I don't really have a problem with anybody in the cast. I don't. There's only one. Hey, there's a bunch of Barbies and Kens in here. I'm pretty sure one Barbie wasn't a Barbie. I was like, I heard a voice, and I was like, is that a Barbie? Is a Barbie? But that's neither here nor there. We're not okay. We're going to look it up. I like Will Ferrell was funny. He hasn't been in anything like major in a while that I can remember, but he was excellent for this film. All the ladies did their parts. I mean, was it Margaret, Robbie? She's Barbie. I mean, and it's fun. You know, it's funny. Look. I, I'm not trying to do this rambling rant thing or whatever, but you know what I love about what women call men sexist and everything. But when you go see a woman film, they always put somebody's butt in it every 55 frames a second or whatever. I remember when I saw Black Widow. I remember Scarlett Johansson was like, "Yo, it was so sexist," and I was like, "Okay, let's go see Black Widow." She had butt shot for days in there. Every time you look up, butt. And here they kept on showing her butt off, and I was like, "Yep, but only sexist men film women with their butts out." And she got a little butt. They ain't putting that butt in there. But anyway, let's move on. I've seen people online saying that the people that will hate this movie especially is white conservative men and Republicans, and I'm black and I lean more conservatively, yes, but I just the movie felt like a, how should I say this? If men have Fast and Furious as their dumb movie, women be like, oh, you dumb car blows up, and your action movie, oh, you, because it's like women tend to play it down like a lower IQ thing if you're watching these crazy action movies, like a Lethal Weapon, or Die Hard, or Mission Impossible, a little bit smarter, but this is like one of them films. I don't think this film does not deserve a think pieces on it. Like, it really reflected the world of what women have to go through and all this. Barbie and Ken were in the real world for less than a day. They might have been in the real world for like 8 hours or something. Ken just saw images of men walking around with briefcases and stuff and was like, I must corrupt the world now. And then Barbie saw an elderly woman that she called beautiful, and look, the elderly woman was arrogant. She was like, I know. It was like, damn, lady, take a compliment. You gonna take a compliment? You gonna be a jerk? So, and she saw an angry teenager. Duh. You know, I dated a girl that had a teenager. That dude was a jerk. Man. You know, and then every time he was a jerk to me, or he was a little bit of a smart ass to me, I realized, like, okay, he a teenager. Okay, I get it. Hope you're doing well. You know, no names. I like to not tell nobody's name, get no descriptions. If you watch this, you know who you are. Shoot, I had a girlfriend that had a teenage brother. He was a jerk. What up, Bad Habit? But so she got a stereotype from that girl, and that girl yelled that Barbie was a fascist. That doesn't even make any sense. If anything, that's capitalism. Anyway, and then she meets the nervous breakdown mom that got all these issues and stuff, and it just didn't make any sense that she experienced all that in the real world. She goes back into her world, fixes everything in her world, and she wants to go back in the real world where it's hell, the oppression. They pretended, they almost acted like there was no women Supreme Court people. And I saw something before I went in, and they was like, yeah, that's weird because there's like 4 of them. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So you telling me she's affected by her mom? The girl, Barbie's affected because the mom is going through depression because she's dealing with her trash daughter. She can't stand her job. The dad's just kind of he's just there speaking. Was it I don't know, what was it, Spanish? He was saying it so weird, like it looked like he was learning. But they were just showing in the scene, and he was reading something. it was like that speech that the mom gave. I was like, well, you're not perfect. Your daughter's really really horrible. Um, and we didn't get enough. I didn't get enough of that story to sympathize with her. That's the main. That is the main problem. We didn't. We got explanations, but we didn't get actions. We didn't see the development of any of that happening, and that was which is one of the problems with the movie. Also, shouldn't all you know? It'd been interesting if these Barbies are like the avatars or the conduit of little girls or grown women's dreams or whatever like that. And if Barbie's owner is going crazy, losing her mind, should the other Barbie should have had issues like that? That would have been a more interesting development story that they just kind of did away with. Um, I got a sister. She played with Barbies, and I would play with the Barbies too sometimes. I get G.I. Joe, fighting or whatever. If you live in a household with a sister, you've played with a Barbie. You have. Now you may not have played with it like your sister, but you played with the Barbie nonetheless. That scene. Who was it? Kate McKinnon when she played what is the name of that Barbie? Weirdo Barbie or whatever. Weird Barbie. Okay, let me tell you something about Weird Barbie. There's only one Weird Barbie in that whole damn world, that Barbie world. Y'all lie. Let me look. I got my sister's a woman. 90%, little known ridiculous fact, everybody, about Cincinnati man's life. Most of my cousins were women. It was like 90% of the cousins in my life were women. And they all had Barbies. They all had toys. Those Barbies were here, there, everywhere, missing arm, all kind of stuff. So the idea in this regular world, you got one Barbie, regular Barbie world, you got one Barbie that's jacked up. Ain't no way. If anything, they should have had a naked Barbie, a one-leg Barbie, a missing head Barbie. It would have been wild like that. It actually would have been more interesting if you did it that way. If this movie was made 20, 30 years ago, there would have been a love interest. There's no love interest in this. And as I say from time to time in videos, I'm a romantic. I enjoy the hope of love, the finding your soulmate thing. If there's such a thing like that, I don't know. The ideal of it, the idea, and they went out of the way to make sure, like, nope, ain't none of that happening here, which was kind of sad because it's like, be happy being an individual, find yourself, but you don't need nobody. You don't need nobody to be happy, which I get, but at the same time, all these women and all these men and nobody gets together. That's the one thing. That's another unrealistic thing. Make it make sense. All of this happening and nobody wants to be in a relationship in Barbie world. There are no the father of the woman of the real life woman. I can't remember her name. But the father, you never see him, so he's not even there to do anything. I mean, he's not a negative or a positive. He's just around. The dorky guy that was in Mattel that told, "Hey, Barbie got out in the real world. We need to do something about this." He's not good because he told Mattel. This is a Barbie movie, and in Barbie's eyes, there are no good men, except for Alan, the discontinued toy that was supposed to be Ken's best friend. I was fine with him, but there's no look. Why couldn't they have a regular guy? Like, hey, how you guys doing? Like, But instead it was this. I'll help. I'm so scared. I'm Alan, the discontinued Barbie that nobody likes. I hate being here. Everybody's all ripped and muscular. All the kids are angry and mean, and I'm just staring like, okay, that's a cool example. But is there any counterbalance to that? You saw no men in the Barbie world or the real world in the movie that was any positive help. So the movie's kind of depressing then, if you think about it. What like the message of the movie is individuality. Find yourself, live your best life. And I don't understand this thing. Oh, it's a triumph. It's amazing. Can you believe that they would make something like this? And it's like, the number one complaint I see if you watch a movie and don't like it is it's not made for you, so you shouldn't like it. Then why did I like Bridesmaid? Why is that one of my favorite comedies? Why do I like Mean Girls? Why did I love Clueless? That's so weird. I liked all those movies, but I shouldn't have liked them because they were written well. This had a half of a good idea that it didn't fully execute. Am I calling it the worst thing ever? No. Is it a triumph? No. It's okay. Women will love it. Men will be wanting to leave the theater because they'll be annoyed because it's just so over the top, telling you like men are idiots. The world will be better if women ran the world, like the Barbie world. But what's interesting is what they don't realize is you got to eventually grow up and stop playing with those toys. You got to go out and live your life. So if the Barbies want the real world to go back to what they want the real world to become that, when their world get destroyed then, because they won't need to put all their hopes and dreams since they can't put it in the real world, they have to put it into the doll, which creates their world. But if you take away and put it in the real world, you don't need use of the Barbie world. So when they destroy Barbie world, think about that. Make it make sense. But yeah, I walked out. I was like, women gonna love this. Certain men. No, there are men like it. Yeah, I get it. But men and women are different. Men and women look at different things. And this movie is a complete. We different than y'all. We like different things. Oh, let me tell you. That scene towards the end when they were trying to de-brainwash the Barbies and they could fight the Kens and everything, or fight back at the Kens. They can't go one-on-one with them physically because they get their ass whooped. But that scene where she was like, okay, get the Kens' attention, pretend you're interested in what they like, and when they see that you're interested and they're talking and they're playing the guitar, all the Kens at the same time, and they're singing the Barbies. Barbies are like, wow, this is amazing. Like, you're so amazing. They're actually pretending to like them. Finally, they're finally getting attention. And Barbie says, and when they finally get attention that they want, walk away from them. Like crush their love, crush their hearts. I saw that, I was like, what kind of movie is this? You know, as a person that's not a horrible person to women, it's interesting to watch it and be like, yeah, that's what you do. But you can't do that. Like, it triggered me. It did. I ain't gonna lie, it triggered me. You know, find out, get them all interested in you, and then break them. You're like, break them for like what? What? That was so stupid. I was like, but if you did that to a woman, you're Andrew Tate. That's what this is. Barbie is, that Barbie's Andrew Tate. She's teaching you how you break down men and get them to work for you, because all of them went back to work doing jobs that they don't really have. You know, because all the kids praise the Barbies, and like I said, this is Barbie's viewpoint. I don't want to like. End of the day, there were certain elements of it that was funny. It was. The dance routines were funny. The little video montages and stuff was cool. But I don't really do a rating system. I normally be like, oh, I really like the movie, or I'm like, like it's okay. Yeah, women will like it. Men will just be like, hey, women, I'll let you in on a secret. Oh wait, I'm not. You already know this because you're smarter than us. You're more amazing. I was at the bar. This guy was like, so you saw it? I was like, look, your wife's gonna love it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, just so you don't have to get into it, just agree with her. Do not break it down. Do not. He was like, I know, and we shook hands and he walked away. Oh man. Well, I'm Cincinnati Man. That's my Barbie review. I'm going to talk about it more with Amber very shortly. I said some things to Amber that triggered her, which I is fully expected. You know, this movie. Yeah, there's nothing else I can say. Cincinnati Man out.